Hello, all you beautiful souls out there. Hello, and welcome to Soul Conscious Tarot. This is Sherry, and this is going to be your next 72-hour reading. This should push us out into the weekend. I do these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if this doesn't resonate, go out and check out the next 72-hour playlist. See if there's a title you're drawn to. There might be a message in that one for you. So let's go ahead and dive right in here and see what we have, what we can expect over the next few days. We have Stargate. You visit another dimension in your dreams and bring back higher wisdom to share. This doesn't surprise me since we are on the back, even though these are timeless readings. When the time I'm pulling this, we are on the backside of a very significant full moon, a full moon where I believe the astrologers have been saying that there is a grand trine or an between all of the cardinal signs which is kind of a huge deal. So it's actually, that full moon has a huge effect on us, or is having a huge effect on us. So it wouldn't be surprising that we would be having some downloads at this time, higher wisdom coming through. Not surprising at all that I would see that. So overcoming obstacles, go over it, around it, or just see the way through. There's a path. This card has been coming up a lot. I mean, I think it's been in almost every reading that I have pulled that hasn't been a love reading, honestly. And so it's really, the universe is trying to put this emphasis for us, this emphasis on being positive, of being optimistic, of looking for the way. If there's something in your life that you're really wanting to move past, or really wanting, that has been stuck, like you've been feeling really, really stuck in an area, there's this, where you have a strong desire to change something in your life and move past a stuck point, or do something differently. The universe is, I think, with this, with the Stargate card, I truly believe that the universe is telling us that if you haven't already found a way through this problem, you're going to be getting downloads or getting a solution that's going to be coming through to help you solve the problem, that, the stuck point, the place where you've been experiencing some difficulty in your life, where you're going to be getting some kind of information to help you get over and around or through this obstacle that you've been encountering in your life. So the world, see, a cycle is closing out. A lot of people are saying that we now are officially, this has been going on for a while, but they're saying that now officially we're really, between now and into next spring, we're really moving in hardcore into the age of Aquarius, where, the last few years have been, even though we've kind of been into the age of Aquarius, it's been a transition period. It's been, we're flowing from, one paradigm to another, from one timeline to another, and through that we've been going through a lot of growing pains in the result of making that shift in the collective. So it really doesn't surprise me, like, that the world card would come out, because we are closing out cycles. And this is what this, with this clarifying the Stargate card, and look, you can even see there's these portals here, and we aren't completely done, of course, with portal season, because we do have the 1111 and the 1212 portal still to go through. But I do feel like there is this, how she's almost jumping through the portal, and this person's walking into the portal. We're walking into that new timeline, and the universe is helping propel us into that new timeline. It's helping us wrap up any old stories. It's helping us close out old cycles that need to be closed out, that have been keeping us stuck and keeping us from moving forward into this new paradigm that is about upon us, and this could have came through as being a shift in values and beliefs and core systems, because I believe that as we this is really almost talking about this paradigm shift, this timeline shift that we're going through. It really is, especially this up here, because it life as we know it is shifting. Okay, come next year, within the next year or so, life as we know it on this planet is not going to be the same. Things are shifting, things are changing, and I think the universe is helping us adapt to those changes. That's this is the downloads that are coming through in our dreams, or from our higher wisdom is trying to help us navigate this shift in the easiest, gentlest way possible, to help us get aligned and get attuned with the new frequencies, with the new energies that are coming through. And so it wants us to have a harmonious shift, so as much as possible. So it's really trying to come through and close out these cycles, these whatever things that need to be closed out, that can't come with us into this new era, is trying to close out. The wheel of fortune. So this is, this can talk about fate. It can talk about things shifting, things changing, usually wanting things to change for the better, of course, but it really is, the wheel is spinning, things are changing, things are turning, and that's why I said, I mean, this really is everything, epitome of everything I've just said so far, and it's just reflecting that, the fact that it's wanting us to move and shift. This is a change, and a change around, um, overcoming obstacles. So how we're working through things, how we're looking at things, how we're perceiving obstacles, how we're, addressing obstacles, is the heart of the matter here. So how are you currently, how have you been dealing with obstacles? Have you been dealing with obstacles from a, like, when something comes up in your life, are you struggling with addressing those problems? Are you struggling with finding solutions to those problems? This can also talk about, the possibility of wanting to be, like, where you could maybe have a tendency to play the victim, or to, um, easier to discount the problem than to work through it, so to speak. Um, I've seen that a lot with people, lately, in the last several, well, last, I would say last probably 10 years or so. I've seen a lot of people that, because they're so overwhelmed, because there's so much going on in the world, um, in day-to-day life, that more and more people I've seen the desire to just, want to throw in the towel and say, I don't want to deal with this. I just have, I'm too, kind of too stressed, or too exhausted to deal with X, Y, and Z. And so the universe is kind of saying, like, at this time is, it's time to, those things that you didn't take care of, it's time to take care of them. It's time to wrap them up. We gotta wrap this stuff up. We gotta push through, push on through to the other side, push on through to the other side, because that's where we're going. The universe is really putting an emphasis here on, saying that anything that is a core, a value system, a belief system that we have, that is not serving, or will not serve this new timeline, this new shift, this new paradigm, needs to close out. It needs to close out. We need to come into a new way of thinking, a new way of being, and that new way of thinking and being, it has to do with being more positive, being more optimistic, being more proactive than we've been in the past. where we're really dealing with things. We have the star card. See, this is our destiny. We are sitting on this polarity of between our north node and south node. And it's interesting because we've been going through a a magnetic polar shift, and that's one of the reasons we're seeing, if you're kind of tend to be a little bit of a skeptic, it's part of the reason we're having these big geological events where our um natural events, like the increased fires and huge storms like hurricanes, uh, typhoons, things like that, landslides. There's all this stuff going on naturally because of the disturbances, because of the polar shift. Now, the polar shift not only affects the earth because the magnetic poles are shifting. That's the between the north and south node, but it's also astrologically north and south node within us. We're moving away from our tendency to be in the south node energy, moving toward the north node energy. So we're healing those south node aspects, because our south node, it kind of talks about the things that will hold us back, the things that will be challenging to us in this lifetime, and that we need to heal and get past and overcome. And then where the north node is sort of like, if you subscribe to it, it would be your destiny. But if you look at it taught, like, my north node, because I am, I believe mine now. I'm gonna hopefully not get this wrong, but I believe mine is Scorpio. It's been a minute since I've looked it up, but essentially, with my north node, reading into it, the details, like for me, this lifetime, my north node is it's the lesson of unconditional love, to learn to love more unconditionally. And so that is what I'm meant to bring to the world as I heal that aspect and overcome that, like overcome my beliefs around love. I'm going to walk into my power, the reason for being here for me. And I have been doing that because I've been seeing that shift. I've been seeing the shift within me. And so this is what this is talking about, is the shift that is going on for us right now. The shift into, where we're moving, we're healing the aspects that we're meant to come into this world and heal, and move toward those aspects that we're here to the purposes we're here to serve, the reason why we're here. We're all here for a reason, and this is, like, oh, what's the song that's coming through? A reason to be. I don't think the whole song depicts what I'm talking about, but that lyric right now, a reason for me, a reason to be. And well, I think, and it says the reason is you, but in that song. But we're in this essence of this period of it. There's a reason to be, and the reason is now. Like, this is the time to really step into the reason why we're individually here on this planet. What is our purpose? What are we here for? We're stepping into that. We're aligning with that. We're aligning with those values and beliefs that are going to align with our purpose, with our destination, with the place that we're going into, the person we're needing to become in this new cycle, in this new paradigm, in this new timeline that we're shifting into. So this is really interesting. It really is an interesting reading, and there's a lot of crazy but great things that are going on, and it's all how you perceive perception is going to be key here. The most important thing is to stay amidst all this chaos, amidst all this change. A lot of stuff is going to be shifting, but keep remembering it's for our benefit. It's for the best. That on the at the end of the day, it's going to be better for us. It's going to help us as a collective be more in union, be more balanced, um, a little more harmonious. It's going to help us overall. So keep a positive mindset, keep a positive attitude. It's funny, it's not like there's, if you've been watching tarot and stuff, you probably have seen across the board this increase in spirituality and in positive mindsets, like affirmations. We've been, the last 10 to 15 years, it's been setting us up for this. We've been going through this shift, and people have been more and more people are awakening to the truth. They're awakening to their inner wisdom, getting in touch with their intuition, really waking up to spiritual stuff. And I think that's going to keep increasing and ramping up, where people are going to start waking up to the fact that they're co-creators with the universe, that getting in touch with their inner wisdom, with their intuition, uh where there is this need for this positive mindset, which is why we've had these, like affirmations have, become more and more popular. All the stuff about positive mindset and having a positive mindset, more and more people going to therapists and counselors and doing energy healing, because people are wanting to heal this stuff. We're healing these generational wounds and traumas and things that have been carried down from generation to generation, that's been going on for many generations, many millennium. This stuff is healing as we make this shift, and the big shift that's happening here is we're moving out of a time where things have been more focused on the male aspect, or and I don't want to say male as in gender male. It's the divine masculine energy has been superseding the divine feminine energy. It's been out of balance. It's been out of harmony, because there's been this power dynamic where the divine masculine energy, and that's, like I said, it's not a gender, the divine masculine energy has been more in control. They have had more power, and the shift that is occurring across in individuals and across the collective as a whole, is the shift is happening where we're becoming in balance within ourselves, our masculine and every single person has masculine and feminine energy within them. Those two are they're becoming in balance. We're beginning to harmonize and balance those energies within us into alignment, and as we do that, it's rippling out into the collective, so that the collective can heal these, this imbalance that's going on, where that's, why there's been this push to just the difference between the two, if you don't understand it, is divine masculine energy is more of it's it is an action. It's like taking action towards something, where you kind of can force something to happen, where you're taking the action, you're moving toward it, you're doing it, physically doing it, you're making it's making it happen. It's a force, can be a forceful energy, whereas the divine feminine energy is more passive. It's more receptive. It's more nurturing, so it's kind of like where we've used in the past, we've used brute force to push through things, whether no matter what area of your life it is. If you have more divine masculine in you, or that's what's out of balance, that's where you may have more ego and pride. You could be very stubborn. You could not be willing to budge on things. It's You may be less compassionate. Um and and you've probably seen this. This is where there's been this emphasis, and I am not a subscriber to the narcissist thing, that whole thing. I believe that we just have unhealed people that are out of balance. That's what, and that it's showing up, it's being emphasized at this time. We're seeing more people being called out as narcissists or blamed for certain behaviors. And all it is it's just saying their divine their divine feminine and masculine energy is just out of balance. They're probably more in masculine energy, because it's distorted masculine energy kind of shows up as that narcissism. And so it's not really narcissism. Is a It's just a word that people have prescribed to people that are just out of, like they're out of alignment, they're out of balance. They need to be healing needs to be done. They're just, and it really is, they're a product of the environment. They're a product of what they've learned, what they've been taught, what they've been around. They haven't been taught a different way. But through this energy that's going on the planet right now, is these aspects are being healed. And so these people will find that they can, going forward, the actions, the way they went about doing things is no longer going to work in this new paradigm, in this new timeline. Narcissists are going to have, or what you would prescribe or call, those tendencies or traits, which, like I said, I don't really like that word, because I really feel like it's just people, that's what they've been taught. They don't know a different way. But those kind of traits in people are no longer going to fly. Like, they're going to have to heal those aspects. They're going to have to shift and transform those aspects and get their masculine. If they have a distorted masculine, they're going to have to heal these aspects within them and come more into union with their divine feminine aspect, which will lead to them being more giving, more loving, more compromising, more willing to work as a team, willing to have compassion for other people. That's what we're walking into, this time period where we have to have more compassion for people. We have to have more understanding. We have to work toward compromise and union and working together and finding the harmony, finding the balance, being optimistic, having a positive mindset. Those are the things that we're working toward, that we're bringing in, ushering in this new age, which is going to be beautiful. It doesn't seem like it right now, but we have to, you think of the Tower card, we have to level the ground. Things that no longer serve or no longer work have to be leveled to the ground in order for new concepts, new ways of being to grow in its place. You can't grow a new tree on top of an old tree. You have to remove the old tree before you can plant a new tree. You have to harvest the fields before you can sow new seeds that'll grow into something else. And that's kind of what's going on here. So that's why things are a little bit difficult. This went on longer than I wanted, but I think this is packed a lot of information that I hope those that show up, my intention with these readings are always, to put them out there for those that need to hear it the most. And that's why, I know if you look at my numbers, I don't have huge numbers, but my readings aren't for everyone. They're for the people that come here, that find them, that are meant to find them. They're not for a big number. They're for the people that really need to hear them at this time. Um, there's a reason why you're here. Okay. So just, have faith that there is a reason. There's something in the message for you that is meant for you right now. So that's what I have for you. I wish you the very best. Much harmony and gratitude to you, my lovely friends.